All right, so now, was that fun? Was it fun hearing other people's goals and stuff? Okay. And sometimes we'll do challenges also, but we've built challenges into your workbook today. So I didn't do this as a dual goal or challenge, which we did in our SisU pilot last year. So don't worry. If you are feeling that there are challenges to achieving your goal, we will get to it. All right, next. Okay, we're moving on to the next thing. And in your workbook, you will see the next section, which is, oh my gosh, it's the second part of the triangle. It's GET. And these are GET smart areas. So don't worry so much about the text here. I'm going to talk you through it. And what you're going to do is think about 5 areas that you need to get smart about to accomplish your goal. So in the example that I put here, I was in my mind thinking, well, maybe the goal would be someone who wanted to do an app for the green industry. For instance, I had a student last year who was very interested in this area and software for this industry for gyms. And so an example of 5 get smart areas for this person might be mobile apps, the green industry, market research, building advisory boards. And the thinking behind that would be, oh, I've heard building advisory boards is like the ticket to everything, you know, to getting money, to staying on top of stuff, or whatever. And this particular person just had this bit of information. Okay. And then the last area, work-life balance. And this particular person, let's say, you know, going outside of the, you know, my student realm, although this is possible because I teach graduate students, but, oh, I'm married, I have kids, I really don't want to mess it up here, and I've heard entrepreneurs can kind of really lose it and start working at all hours, and I really want to talk to somebody about keeping it in check here. So I'm also going to integrate in an expert for personal stuff. So that's the 5 areas. You're not chiseling this in stone, okay? So don't freak out on me here. Just write 5 areas that you think you'd like to know about to get to that goal, and write that in the left column here. 5 areas in which I need to gain or maintain expertise, because you may already have expertise in this area for my goal. All right, so write those 5 areas right now in the left column. The most important thing is for you to have at least 1 to 2 areas, and what I want you to do now is pick one area where you know somebody actually comes to mind, and you can write them in this right column. Okay, so for instance, if I knew somebody in, you know, using this example, in mobile apps, okay, and my friend Vasanti actually, like, you know, knows somebody who does mobile apps, and I can be like, oh, Vasanti, you know, and I'm going to write her over here in mobile apps, and then I have access to her. I don't need to go through anybody. Do you understand this? She's 1 lily pad away. She's not 2 lily pads away. So the person I want you to pick, and I just want you to pick one person for right now to write in the 1 column, you can flesh out the rest on your own, is 1 lily pad away. You have direct access to them, and you can call or email them sometime today, and you will do that. Okay, that's going to be your homework assignment. So pick one area, write a person or an expert or somebody who knows about this, and write them in this other column. Okay, go ahead and do that for 1 area. All right, so this is what we're doing. We're wrapping up on this, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to move on to why this is important, and why 5 is the magic number, and why I have you looking for 5 areas. And here is why. So who has ever read any research about how going it alone, has anybody seen the study about how going it alone and doing things in isolation is helpful to oneself? Has anybody seen that study? Has anybody? Right, are you laughing? Yeah, because it doesn't exist. Okay, it doesn't exist. There is no such study. And so basically, people make you happier, richer, and more successful. There's plenty of research to show that. Yet, you know, we really insist on doing things by ourselves, standing behind our laptops, saying, oh, I'll just stay home with the kids tonight. Oh, I'll just do it by myself. And, you know, the most interaction we may have with somebody on a given day, especially if we're solopreneurs, which is the vast majority of the 8+ million female entrepreneurs, the most interaction we may have with somebody on a given day is at Starbucks. Okay, and so let's be real about this and what's going on as we get our master's degrees and PhDs and start our own businesses and have really great skill sets, and what we're doing with that and what it means for our support networks, which make us happier, richer, and more successful. So think about that. So how many do we need? Well, there's the positive psychology movement shows us that 5 friends make us happier. So the question is, does that correlate to mentoring networks? The answer is yes. And this is actually research from the Hot Mamas Project that we have not published. So we're sharing this with you today. I teach it to my students, but we have not published this in any journals. Because you know, we actually want to do like a few more tests on it with a larger sample size and all this kind of stuff. But it's very clear to us that the women who have 5+ mentors are more confident and have higher perceptions of success. And where is it all? What's the last stand? It's here. This is the last stand. Perception is reality. So what I want you to do right now is, on the left-hand column, write down every challenge that you're facing. Write down every challenge that you're facing in reaching your goal, in getting these mentors. Write it all down. Vent. There's a great Yiddish word for this, which is kvetch. Okay? Write it all down. Write it all down. Left column. Go. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Write it all down. Maybe 3. I would like you to start doing is take one of the challenges, just one, and in the right column, write down a resolution strategy. So what this means is kind of a way to solve it. So for instance, if you have a hard time finding time in the day to even begin thinking about your goal, or even begin thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to contact this mentor? Think about how to combat that. For instance, maybe there's time, I mean, I'm literally making this up, but I've had people also say similar things in times where I've done this exercise. I spend so long hunting around for my keys and my purse and the kids' stuff every morning. So maybe I'm going to front load like a system where I don't do that anymore. And I'm going to do that on Saturday and really try to stick to that to free up some time for myself. And I'll get up 15 minutes earlier. I'll go to bed 15 minutes earlier, so I'm not sacrificing my sleep. And I'll take that system, save 15 minutes, crossing fingers, and I'll have half an hour each day for myself. And being realistic, maybe it's not each day, maybe it's like 5 times a week. And I'm going to carve that out and put it on that calendar and save it for myself. Now that's really detailed. Some people will also just on the other end of the spectrum say, I'm going to use like shampoo that has conditioner in it. And like combine, you know what I mean? So like you don't have to go to that level. But you know, some people, you know, really enjoy writing all the details. So I'm giving you the full spectrum of issue resolution strategies, okay? So take one thing and write an issue resolution strategy. And you'll flesh out the rest for homework, okay?